Welcome, wrestling fans, to this WWE show review on Tim Reynolds Show, as I'm reviewing the Friday Night SmackDown from November 29th, 2024, and this is the SmackDown before WWE's premium live event, Survivor Series War Games. And we would see this Friday Night SmackDown kicked off with a video of what we all seen last week, when the wise man, Paul Heyman, returned to Friday Night SmackDown to introduce the fifth member for Roman Reigns' Survivor Series War Games team, and that would be CM Punk. And we now know on this Friday Night SmackDown that we will see a meeting between the wise man, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns to talk things over about this alliance. And then we see, to kick off Friday Night SmackDown, one of the women's teams for Survivor Series War Games, as Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Io Sky would all come out to the stage and be with their new Team Rhea Ripley teammate, as Bayley has now joined Team Rhea Ripley for Survivor Series War Games. And we would see after that the leader, Rhea Ripley, as she comes out with her team as they head out to the ring to address the WWE Universe and the crowd. As we all know, they are ready to fight Team Liv Morgan at Survivor Series War Games in that War Games match. And we know that Team Rhea Ripley now has the advantage heading into War Games thanks to Bianca Belair's win over Nia Jax on Monday Night Raw, thanks to the help with Bayley. And we would see Rhea Ripley go on to say that they are built together, and even though they don't really like each other very much, they're going to work together to beat down and beat the hell out of Liv Morgan's team, because they don't like any of those people. Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Raquel Rodriguez, just to name a few. And they can't wait to be stuck inside that cage and brutally attack both of them. But it would just be a matter of time before we would see Team Liv Morgan come out with Candice LeRae, Tiffany Stratton, the WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax, and also World Women's Champion Liv Morgan and her friend Raquel Rodriguez come out to clap back and try to divide this team here for Team Rhea Ripley, but that's not going to happen. And before we would see Liv Morgan and her team try to walk away without a scratch, that's when Rhea Ripley and her team would attack and ambush Team Liv Morgan, as these teams were beating the hell out of each other before security had to separate them. And man, it's going to be a crazy War Games at Survivor Series for the WWE's women's division. And then next up on Friday Night SmackDown here, guys, we would see our first match of the evening, as we would see Andrade go one-on-one with Shinsuke Nakamura. And this will be Shinsuke's first match back on SmackDown since April of earlier in 2024, and Shinsuke would not disappoint. After showing a little bit of ring rust to start this out, we would see Andrade really put up a very, very good fight, showing off his athleticism, as he thought Shinsuke cut the line to get his United States Championship shot at Survivor Series. So Andrade came here to prove a point, but unfortunately it would be Shinsuke Nakamura who would walk out with the win on this one, getting the victory over Andrade and finishing him with a new Shinkasa type finishing move from Shinsuke, as he hit a knee to the back of the head of Andrade to get the victory in this one. But after the match, we would see LA Knight come back looking for a little bit of revenge and payback on Shinsuke Nakamura, but Nakamura would be ready, as he springs with a mist right in the face of LA Knight, blinding him, putting that black mist all over his face, as Shinsuke Nakamura sends a big message to the United States Champion ahead of Survivor Series. What a Friday Night SmackDown thus far, guys. And then after this, we would see backstage as Solo Sikoa was getting ready with the Bloodline and Jacob Fatu for his match later on this evening that would be for the advantage at Survivor Series War Games. And that's when General Manager Nick Aldis would show up and let Solo and the Bloodline know that they will be banned from ringside, all members from both teams, as they want a legit one-on-one match to determine determine who will get the advantage as Jacob Fatu goes one-on-one with main event Jey Uso. And then, guys, after this, we would see backstage as DIY are arguing once again as Ciampa tries to tell Johnny that they need to get on the same page after Johnny's been trying to control Ciampa as of lately, who's been going erratic and attacking tag teams left and right. And now Ciampa's pissed off at Johnny Wrestling, saying he's not focused on getting the titles back, and he needs to remember that he's the one who said we have to do anything necessary to get these titles back. And Ciampa doesn't think that Johnny Wrestling's doing his part and gives him an ultimatum and says, you have until next week to decide what you want to do before we do things my way. And Ciampa's way has been nothing but destruction and attacking and laying down the law, if you will. So we'll have to see what Johnny Wrestling and DIY can work together to figure out next week on Friday Night SmackDown. And then next up on here, guys, we would see a video from Kevin Owens, who explains his side of the story once again, as we did find out earlier in the week that we will see Kevin Owens go one-on-one with the undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, at Saturday night's main event. And we would see Owens explain his part, saying why he's right and Cody Rhodes is the one in the wrong, because when Kevin Owens was taking on Roman Reigns in the Bloodline, they took him out time and time again, but Kevin Owens continued to stand back up. But it would be at the Royal Rumble when Cody Rhodes actually made his return to the WWE, when Kevin Owens was handcuffed and super kicked over and over by Roman Reigns in the Bloodline in another epic match. But after KO was beat up, did Cody Rhodes come out and help him? No, he didn't. And has Rhodes really stuck by the side of Kevin Owens throughout his friendship with Rhodes? No, especially since Rhodes came back into WWE, but it was Cody Rhodes who stabbed Kevin Owens in the back when he teamed up with Roman Reigns at Bad Blood. And that was the last straw for Kevin Owens, and that's why Kevin Owens feels that he's right for going after and attacking Cody Rhodes, and he deserves everything that he's got coming, as KO can't wait to take on the WWE champion at Saturday night's main event. And then next up on Friday Night SmackDown after this, guys, we would see Carmelo Hayes, the #1 draft pick for SmackDown, take on the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes in an epic one-on-one matchup where we see Carmelo Hayes really step up his game. But before this match would start, Carmelo Hayes would be talking some smack right to Cody Rhodes' face, saying, you know what, Kevin Owens was right about you, Cody Rhodes, and with friends like you, who needs enemies, man? And that shit talking would definitely get Carmelo Hayes into trouble. But after this epic matchup where both competitors showed off their athleticism, leaving it all inside the squared circle, we would see the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes turn it up and hit a Cody Cutter and Crossroads to finish off Carmelo Hayes, as the American Nightmare gets the win over Carmelo Hayes in this epic matchup. But hey, Carmelo really showed why he's one of the top up-and-coming superstars, not only on SmackDown, but in the WWE in this match, as Cody Rhodes really got all of the fight from Carmelo, as Carmelo really gave it to the WWE champion in this match. And then next up here on Friday Night SmackDown, guys, we would see a meeting between CM Punk, the Wise Man, and Roman Reigns. And how this all started out was apparently CM Punk was late to the meeting, which ticked off Roman Reigns. And as he was willing to get up and leave, that's when CM Punk would show up. And he's there because of the Wise Man, not to help out Roman Reigns, as Roman Reigns makes things very clear from the get-go that he doesn't want his help. He doesn't like CM Punk. And CM Punk would say, I don't like you either, man. The only reason why I'm here is for a favor for my friend, for our Wise Man, Paul Heyman. The only reason I'm helping you, because I don't really like helping you to begin with, man. I don't like the idea, and I knew that you wouldn't like the idea of me me helping you. But you know what? I'm doing it as a favor for our wise man, Paul, not for you, dude. And that's when we would see Roman Reigns say, I don't like you. I don't trust you. And I definitely will agree to this one matchup, but that's it. And that's when CM Punk would say, yep. And after this match, you're going to owe me a favor. And that's when Roman Reigns would say, I'm going to owe you, CM Punk, a favor. And Punk would say, no, not you, Roman. The wise man, our wise man, Paul, my friend, is going to owe me a favor after this. And as CM Punk walked away, we would see Roman Reigns ask Paul, the wise man, Paul, what's the favor that he wants? And that's when Paul Heyman would say, my tribal chief, let's not worry about that right now, because Paul was the one who explained to both CM Punk and Roman Reigns that they are better united, because divided, Solo Sikoa and this new bloodline are going to take over and take both of them down, take both of them out, telling Roman you need him to help you have a chance in this matchup in War Games at Survivor Series, and telling CM Punk that you need Roman Reigns as well, because you'll be next from Solo if you don't get in this matchup and help out Roman Reigns. And that's when we would see Paul Heyman, the wise man, say to Roman at the end of this, after Roman asked what the favor was, that let's not worry about that. Let's worry about that favor after we get through Survivor Series War Games, as we will have all the time in the world to talk about it, leaving us on a huge cliffhanger that I cannot wait to find out what the favor is for Paul Heyman to CM Punk. And Survivor Series War Games is going to be epic, with these two teams taking on each other inside the steel cage. I should say steel cages. It's gonna be crazy, guys. And then next up after this, guys, on Friday Night SmackDown, we would have our next match of the night, and this would be a women's triple threat match in the WWE's women's division, where we would see Lash Legend versus Piper Niven versus Michin. And guys, this would be a women's triple threat match for the Women's United States Championship Tournament. And we would see an epic back and forth matchup between all three of these women inside the ring. But of course, Chelsea Green on the sidelines, on the side of the ring there, would try to get involved to help out her friend Piper Niven, but that would not be helpful whatsoever, as she gets attacked as well, trying to help out her friend, and gets eliminated from the matchup. So meanwhile, inside the ring, we would see Lash Legend really put up a good fight, showing off her skills inside the squared circle, but Piper Niven was the one who was really taking control of this matchup, beating both women down. But we would see Michin get the upset victory, as she will advance in the Women's United States Championship Tournament after winning this triple threat match over Lash Legend and Piper Niven. An awesome matchup between these ladies, and a surprise winner, as Michin really was showing off her skills near the end of this match and was able to take advantage of some miscues from both of the other ladies to get the victory in this matchup. And then next up, guys, on Friday Night SmackDown, we would see backstage as LA Knight was getting taken care of after the mist sprayed to his eye, trying to get it off his face. And of course, we would see Byron Saxton come in for an interview at the wrong time once again. With LA Knight ticked off, he promises to show Shinsuke Nakamura why he doesn't belong in the same ring as him, and that just like everybody else, he's gonna go down 1, 2, 3 with everybody saying LA Knight, yeah! Oh man, LA Knight is pissed, and he will take on Shinsuke Nakamura at Survivor Series War Games in a one-on-one matchup for the United States Championship. Can LA Knight retain his title against the upcoming new style of Shinsuke Nakamura, this dark side of Shinsuke that we haven't seen before? We'll have to see and find out. But next up on Friday Night SmackDown, we would see our main event of the evening, as we would see the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu of Solo Sikoa's bloodline take on main event Jey Uso in the main event of Friday Night SmackDown, and the winner would get the advantage for their team for Survivor Series War Games. And folks, we would see an epic back and forth matchup between these two superstars, family members nonetheless, as main event Jey Uso gave Jacob Fatu all that he could handle in his first ever one-on-one match in the WWE, and Fatu did not disappoint at all, showing off his skills and why he's definitely feared in the WWE for his skill set, taking down main event Jey Uso, but Jey Uso would fight back, landing a spear and a Uso splash, but that would not be enough, as we would see Jacob Fatu do the finishing touches here, not only with landing Jey Uso on the outside of the ring, on the commenters table, almost busting through the table, but also hitting a moonsault off the top rope and getting the victory. 1, 2, 3, the pinfall win over main event Jey Uso, an upset, and now we will see Solo Sikoa's team have the advantage for Survivor Series War Games. And this has been your WWE show review from Tim Reynolds Show for Friday Night SmackDown. Thank you guys for checking out Tim Reynolds Show. Make sure you hit me up in the comments on what you think of this WWE SmackDown and what's your predictions heading into Survivor Series War Games. That's going to be an epic premium live event for the WWE. And make sure you guys like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show and check out more of my WWE show reviews coming up, as I will have a show review for the premium live event Survivor Series War Games, and I will have one for every single Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. Thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing to Tim Reynolds Show. Peace out.